As we're coming to the close of our campaign in support of Hope Builders, an organization that gives disadvantaged youth the job training and life skills that they need in order to succeed, I wanted to share a little bit more about the organization with everyone. Today, I'm joined by Shauna Smith, the Executive Director of Hope Builders. Good morning, Shauna, and thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Bill. It's really a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm really excited to have you here. Our great community, as I shared with you, of listeners has responded and raised close to $2,000 for Hope Builders over the last couple of weeks. We still have a couple more weeks in our campaign where our sponsor has agreed to give $1,000 for every 100 new podcast listeners or YouTube subscribers. And I just thought this is a great opportunity to connect with you and give the audience a little bit more idea of what you guys do. So I'm just going to throw it to you with, tell us a little bit about Hope Builders. Where'd you come from? Who do you serve? And what are you doing in the community that we live in?
Well, I think I'll start with the where we came from question, because it's a really, I think, compelling one and a unique one, actually. Almost 25 years ago, a group of 4 Catholic nuns, the Sisters of St. Joseph of Orange, were living in a really tough neighborhood in city of Santa Ana in Orange County, California. Not always a place thought of as a place of high need, but there are definitely dense pockets of that. And that's especially true in the early 90s, when gun violence and youth violence were really prevalent at that time. And the sisters were really caught in the middle of that and realized that for many young people, there weren't a lot of options outside of the neighborhood. And so they were compelled into action, and as is their tradition, they engaged the community, and 23 years later, we're serving close to 600 young people a year, providing workforce training, really seeing jobs as a great vehicle for helping young people who are really disenfranchised move out of poverty and build lives of self-sufficiency for themselves. So that's really what we focus on.
You find these youth that are struggling, and you give them a second chance. So how do you identify them, and how do you, and what does your program do for them?
So we really try to seek out those young people who aren't in school, they aren't in work. We're particularly focused on young adults. So that 18 to 25, 26-year-old who's struggling and stuck, maybe not in work or in a minimum wage job going nowhere. And where we are in Southern California, like many parts of the country, it's very high cost of living. So we want to ensure these young people get into the workforce. And we're particularly focused on 4 industries: construction, healthcare, IT, and business. We provide training, and then we partner with local employers to provide them employment opportunities, which really kind of help enrich and grow their businesses. So it's a win-win for both the youth and our local employer community.
Well, hey, I want to thank you again for the opportunity. I want to thank you for the work that you're doing, and then it's such a great opportunity for us to support. And I really appreciate our listeners who have subscribed to the podcast and our sponsor for giving that money. We have another 4 weeks of the fundraiser going. So I would, just encourage people to share it with their friends, and let's see if we can't drive the number higher. And thanks again for coming on, Shauna. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks to you and your listeners for your generosity and the opportunity to share about our good work. Really appreciate it.